Is this the greatest action movie to come out of Korea? If so, it's top notch. This is one of the best action movies I've seen. Got a lot of heart in this movie. Some great action set pieces, great fighting, great characters, great acting, great camera shots. Everything about this movie is fantastic. Definitely would highly promote this one. This movie, it stars here. Look at my notes. Won Ben. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name right. Hopefully, third time was a charm. What really makes this movie stand out is the storytelling is structured. It slowly builds towards its climactic ending. It starts off kind of slow, I will say that. But you're getting to know the world that they are building and what our characters exist in. We have a little girl whose mom is like a hostess, and she kind of steals some drugs, and this kind of backfires. Kind of think a little bit about The Professional with Gary Oldman and Jean Reno and Natalie Portman, and that way where, her dad, Natalie Portman's father, is a drug dealer, and he's kind of smoking up his own drugs and not selling them. This is kind of similar type, and we got the little girl in this movie comes friends with a mysterious pawn shop owner who has a mysterious past, and he kind of helps her out after she gets kidnapped and these drug dealers kill her mother. This movie is dark and gritty, very dark and gritty, and pretty brutal at times. These people are harvesting organs and selling them on the black market, which they kind of plan to do with the small girl, who's actually became a famous actress. Unfortunately, she had a tragic death, which oftentimes happens in Korea when somebody in entertainment business does something that the public doesn't approve of. In this case, the actress, this is about 10 years ago. She was probably about 20 in her early 20s. She had a little bit much to drink, got in an accident, knocked out some power, had a lot of bad publicity, got kicked off a lot of projects that she was on at the time, and went into a downward spiral. I believe I have her name here. I gotta read it because if I say it, it will. I know I won't be able to pronounce it right, but it's Kim Sae-ron, and I would say her performance on this movie is fantastic. She's like 10 years old, maybe 12 years old at the time, and it's top notch. Again, I'm going to compare this to The Professional. Natalie Portman and The Professional put in a top-notch performance. If you thought her performance in The Professional was really good, Kim Sae-ron's performance in this is just as good as Natalie Portman's, if not a touch better. She's really fantastic. Had a bright future until that unfortunate event, and then what happened kind of makes this movie hit a little harder, especially the relationship between her character and Won Bik's character, who like I said, he's like a mysterious character. He has a tragic past, and it revealed that in his tragic past he was married, found out that his wife was pregnant, and on that very same day, some guy in a white truck. It's always a white truck in these Asian movies. That's what they use to kill off people. Plows into the vehicle, kills his wife and his unborn child, and then tries to kill him as well. Because turns out the dude used to be a special agent in the government, and he's like a top-notch dude, and because of that, kind of downward spiraled in this movie. Kind of got depressed, grew his hair out long, and couldn't move on in his life. But then these events happens, and it kind of turns him around, which was pretty cool. And we had that one turning moment. Every movie like this with these kind of characters have that one moment where that they've moved on from their past and are now living in the present and moving to the future. And this one, he's in the front of the mirror and he cuts his hair short like it used to be. And then he was a badass before, and then he becomes a bigger badass in this movie. Very great. Like I said at the beginning, this movie sets up everything perfectly as it's a slow burn that reaches to the climactic ending. And this one, it's not so much looking forward to him fighting like the main boss, but like the main boss, Hitchman, who is very sadistic. And he enjoys causing pain and killing people. You can see it. Very deadly with a knife. And at the end of the movie, the last big action set piece, we have our hero here, Won Baek, fighting like all these gangsters guys. It's one of the best action sequences that I've seen in a movie. It's very great. And then it ends with a good old knife fight, and one of the better knife fights you'll see in a movie between our two villains as they go head to head. Very well choreographed, very well placed together, just like the rest of the movie. Like I said, this movie is really great. You get that slow burn, so you get to learn more about the villains and their motives and how they act and their philosophy and stuff. So once they start getting their due justice, it's very satisfying. Like the villain's ending is very satisfying, because sometimes you watch a movie and the villain is so bad, you're like, man, I hope this guy gets I hope he really gets his upcomings, and then you're kind of disappointed because his upcomings are kind of lame. This one, like all the bad guys' endings, how they get dispatched, killed, are very satisfying to watch. Like, yeah, you get hyper, you want to throw up that fist and stuff. The characters are very lovable. Like the heroes, are people you want to get behind. You have like some shady characters, like the policemen are kind of shady. You're not really going to like the policemen very much, because it feels like they're more after our hero, the guy getting justice for the little girl and for her mother, than they are for the actual villains. Like, how dare this guy do our job for us? We got to put him in jail type of mentality from these guys. They've spent more time kind of trying to capture him than the actual people. So it kind of makes you scratch your head, like, all these corrupt cops are just bad policemen. Turns out they're just bad policemen. Can't do their job worth crap. It's kind of like in Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, where he comes back and the policeman forgets about chasing Bane, and they go after Batman instead of the actual villains. It's kind of like what you got going on in this movie. Anyways, this movie's on Amazon Prime, The Man from Nowhere. It's one of the best action movies I've seen. Got a lot of heart to it. Great set pieces, action set pieces. Very realistic as well. If you're somebody, there's some people like me. I like my action to be pretty much realistic. I can let some things slide, but if it's too over the top, I kind of check out, unless it's that type of movie from the get-go. But then I would still enjoy it, but as much. But this one, everything as they're piecing things together, it's very well. I guess I want to point out with the action stuff, and like I say, like a slow burn, like the first couple of villains that he dispatches, you don't see him do it. You just see the after effects, and you see people like the henchmen that escape. They're all scared of him because whatever he did was so badass that they don't want to mess with him again. They're afraid of him. And so that brings up like, oh man, I want to actually see him in action. I want this to pay off. And so they build that up very well. Maybe it's a little bit too well, because while you actually get to see him in action, it's pretty cool with the stuff he does. But it's a little bit of a letdown too, a little bit, because your expectations are like to the roof. And his ability is, about 4 or 5 inches from the roof type of thing, but it's still, the way that they did it was great, because you can't wait to see him in action. And once he does get in action, it is satisfying. It is good, right? It is good. You got a good fight scene in the bathroom, and then at the end it's very well, and then in between, you got stuff building up. So overall, The Man from Nowhere is a really good movie. If you're an action fan, you have to check it out. It's fantastic. And until next time, let me know what you guys think. If you've seen The Man from Nowhere, Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? I think the movie's like 15 years old now. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.